Vibe blowing at the J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slack. Everything I do is got the Benz jumping at the bay. Vibe blowing at my J, got the loud jumping at the pay. Everything I'm on slack.
We've been with the Brazilians. This would be the first.
They wild, I see.
I'm innocent.
Bro, you hear that guy?
Better boss up, nigga.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
The Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to the Wake Up Show. Part of the Free Agent Lifestyle podcast here on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You in here with the Bruce Wayne, it is Ish. The King of King, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth. Yours truly, the Notorious One, a.k.a. Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. You're in the Desert Storm bunker with none other than EWF, that is every woman's fantasy, and you're looking at the whole fucking show. I'm the CEO Niggero of Fixes Binds LLC, the unbinder, the undebatable, the undisputed best edutainment here on YouTube. You can call me Senor Gregorio Graybeard. The ladies love to call me Mr. Third Leg Greg. Also the man with one trabajo, that is the Mitch Slapper. You're looking at the anointed one.
Acknowledge
the founding father of the After Pill, the junior college sociologist, the Morpheus of the Beatty Matrix, the chocolated Confucius, the Black Moses, the deliverer. I'm also the man that walks in the spirit of Elijah. I'm the man with more nicknames than anyone in the game. But in case you forget those names, just call me CGA, See God Allah, and I am the main event. 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. We got a great show for you today, and this message is geared towards you Mitch-ass men who refuse to grow up and are a Toys R Us kid. Ass niggies, all right, waiting for Larry Bird to walk back through that door.
Larry Bird's not walking through that door, fans.
Yes.
Kevin McHale's not walking through that door, and Robert Parrish is not walking through that door.
Not even Robert Parrish.
And if you expect them to walk through the door, they're going to be gray and old.
All right, we got this situation here, and I've got an arrow pointed at Dr. Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King. Also, I have Bree, I can't remember her last name, from the Desperate Housewives. And you see her dressed in her apron, her Betty Crocker apron, and she's sitting there, and she's baking an apple pie. Why you're not getting an American suburban housewife anytime soon, and more than likely never gonna get it. And we're gonna talk about what needed to take place for you to never, ever, ever can expect to ever receive one of these American housewives. In fact, really an American housewife that loves you for you. Just an American wife in general that loves you for you. We're gonna talk about the things that have possibly have taken place to make sure that doesn't happen. A lot of men are stuck in a situation, in a time warp in which it was probably looked at as favorable or advantageous for you in relationships and marriage, and that time is long gone. All right, that time is long gone. That time is history. All right, but a lot of men seem to not be able to move on. We are in full-blown horror culture. That's what we are in. And here's what the real issue is. This is my second book, the wonderful classic, DeEvolution, which is feminism's reverse engineering of American women. I wrote this book in the year 2019. All right, pretty much for 6 months in 2019, writing this book before AI was available, and wrote this book, put together a classic to give you an indication of where things would go. Now, just admittedly, I thought that the effects of this book, like, right, what I talked about, where we would head, I thought maybe it would take another 25 years. Lo and behold, it only took till COVID, all right? Which the book was released a month before COVID. A month before COVID, the book was released. January 2020, it was released. Now, this book was released, oddly enough, before the manosphere got its jump start, like the jump start into popular culture. And so thus, people did have this book available, and they used some of the context of this book to be able to use for their content. And then the manosphere got popular, if you will. Several personalities became very popular after this book. Now, it wasn't because of this book, but I was kind of ahead of the curve in writing a book talking about the very things that people went viral for on their, short form video. All right. And they then thus, many people got credit, and I didn't get a lot of credit. But yes, this was a book that came out in 2019, written all of 2019, published in 2020. And thus it had a lot of statistics related to divorce, marriage. All right. The marriage rates, the rates of women in student loan debt. All right. It talked about a lot of the things. It also talks about seeking arrangements and OnlyFans and student loan debt demons, the marriage will. It talked about the 1960s and the 1970s, the laws. It talked about a whole bunch of this stuff, okay? So this was well before the popularity of what you would call manosphere or misogynist content, where it became popular. So I was kind of a trendsetter in writing a book for the new YouTubers, like the new group of YouTubers that were starting to become popular. I had already become popular and written a book, and the book is doing very well. It does well. It's on Amazon. The links are in the description box below. But it tells you exactly why we're here today. Now, I know a lot of men, and this is where a lot of men, I have to just take the exit route for you monkey simp ass men. And when I say monkey simps, it's not the true definition of simps. It is these Captain Save-A-Ho men that think that I'm supposed to keep pandering to you pussy ass red pill guys that refuse to grow up and see things, right? So you guys haven't invested in me at all. You haven't bought my book, and you wonder why I'm sitting here indulging in the realities of horror culture. All right. You're just out here being apologetic to these whores and these men out here and these women out here that are doing. And I said, bruh, I knew we would be here. I knew we were going to be here. Like where we are in the current dating and relationship marketplace, I knew we were going to be here. I literally wrote about it. So the fact that we're here now is not a surprise, right? The fact that we have modern women is not a surprise. I told you we would have it, okay? I wrote about the trajectory that we were going on, that we were going to be here. Women selling pussy. Remember that? I was like, dude, women are going to be selling pussies for bottles of water. That was me in 2019. I was like, there's no way we can come out of this and not have certain things in order, right? There's never going to be relationship order as a norm as long as I told you we were going to be here. So I'm sitting here like this is no surprise to me. I knew we would be here. I knew what we would be promoting. I knew women would be openly dating monetized wise. Not a surprise. And so that I'm indulging in it, you have to understand I knew we would be here. I predicted we would be here, and I told you this was the only direction that we can go forward. So the people that are trying to stop this, you have to understand there's one thing happening that will never stop this train. Okay. Now, shout out to the men and the women who are pretty much the silent majority of people who settle in relationships. Some people find their mates early from their high school mates and they find someone to rock with them. But shout out to them. They're going to continue on trending on the track of the normal marriage and divorce rate, right? The higher educated you are, the less likely you're going to get divorced between both of you, right? The later in marriage you marry, the less likely you're going to get divorced. So they're going to continue on these tracks. And so they're going to be the Matt Walshes of this one here, where they're going to say, well, if you're white, both educated and blah, 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 the divorce rate is actually 20-30%, right? They're going to continue to do these things, right? They're going to continue to sell this and say the divorce rate is not actually 50%. Those are uneducated minorities and trailer park trash white people, right? That's what they're going to say. All right, their divorce rate is high, but us, we're good. Okay, but they make up, they don't make up the majority of people. They're a silent majority, but they don't make up the majority of people. Where we're trending is we're trending towards monetized dating. We're trending towards horror culture. And we also have the online brothel Instagram. Okay, the online brothel Instagram. So we have what we have. This is what we have. We have the younger generations of daters being completely frustrated. The men single, the women trending towards 30 childless. All right, so we see what's happening with the younger generation. The younger generation, those people are on track. You know, those younger women are doing monetized dating. They also have higher standards. They also are struggling financially. They also have everything that I wrote about in this book, student loan debt. All right. They also maybe not becoming educated, right? They're not choosing to go to college. You also have that. You have the collegiate course of a lot of women at their younger age starting off doing Instagram thottery, potentially monetized dating older men for money. And not only that, OnlyFans. This is what we have in front of us. This is what we have in front of us. Okay, so I told you we would be here. Now, for the people that want me to jump on the internet and be like, these modern women need to get it together and they need to be, bro, I told you we would be here. There's no point in me ranting and raving about the current status of dating and relationships. You know why? Because I predicted it. I told you we would be here. So me indulging in it means that I knew what it was coming. I knew what was coming. All right. And I'll read from these books here about how I told you we were going to trend upward. All right. All signs point upward. In relationship, meaning that in relationship to this continuing, it's not going to continue to, it's not going to pivot and turn back to benefit loser men. All right. To benefit loser men, like the men that don't want to improve themselves and all of that shit. Like, yo, you guys are fucked. I'm going to just let you know right now. You guys are royally fucked if you're waiting for the 1950s, the 1990s to come back. If you think podcasters, Andrew Tate, Coach Greg Adams, Myron Gaines, Anton Daniels, you name it. If you think we're going to turn this around and we're going to just waggle our finger at these hoes and waggle our fingers at these women and it's just going to turn around, nah. All right. What we used to tell you is have a long memory. We used to tell you, have a long memory. And I say we, meaning I. You have to have a long memory. All right. Because you have to realize that this shit is not turning around. Okay. It's donezo. It ain't coming back. There's no suburban. I'm going to tell you also what it's going to take to get a suburban housewife. All right. Because you can get one. You can get one, but there's going to be a difference. It's not going to be the suburban housewife of old, but you can get you one. I'm going to tell you what you're going to need to get one. But if you're a black American male and you make under $100,000 a year, you ain't getting a suburban housewife. I don't give a fuck if you live in Jackson, Mississippi. You ain't getting one. And I'm going to tell you why. There's one reason. This is the main reason you ain't never going to see a pivot back to the past in relationship to dating. And relationships, all right? You're not gonna see it. There's no possible way. All right. I'm short selling, not short selling. I'm shorting this market. All right, because I don't have any hope, right? I don't have hopes. I'm not using the hope strategy. Hope is not a strategy. I'm not using wish. I'm not praying. I'm not wishing on the lucky star. I'm not doing any of that because I'm using pragmatism. I'm using real life data to show you we ain't coming back. And not only that, I lived through the era. We're not going back. You're not going to yell and scream and shame these hoes or these simps. You're not going to say, not going to do it. It's impossible. It's impossible. We need to shame them, bro. It ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Just so you guys know. And you guys have to realize that, this has been planned and organized, right? Understand that. You don't have enough money to stop it. You don't have enough money to stop it. You can't even stop one of your girlfriends from jumping on OnlyFans, nigga. You can't even stop her from doing it because she's going to look at it and go, might as well go ahead and sell my soul and dignity out to put my pussy on the screen. You're not going to stop her, bro. All right. If she's hell bent on doing it, you ain't stopping her. So what do we see here? Now, this isn't a doomsday message. I'm not going to give you what's going to happen going forward, but I'm going to tell you there's one thing and there's one thing only to let you know that podcasters, CGA, I'm not going to waste my breath. I'm not going to raise my heart rate to be on here screaming with my goddamn veins popping out of my neck and forehead to shame these hoes and to tell them they need to give these men a chance. All right. All right. All right. So it ain't gonna help y'all. Right? It ain't gonna help y'all. And the reality is most of these men don't have any incentive to do any better in their lives. And so you see them stuck and stagnated. All right. That's what's going on in the world anyway. But to contribute to today's show, $, the Notorious CGA on the Cash App. It is Venmo. Coach Greg Adams TV. It is PayPal. PayPal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is near the top of the description box on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. And you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live track on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. All right, brothers. All right. Look, none of us are your saviors. That's the reality. None of us are your saviors, and we're not saving this shit. Men are not going to unite and stick together. Men need to unite. I always love to do that voice. Men need to stick together. Men need to work together and unite. No, they're not. All right. Where are these guys at? Where are these guys at? Because these guys are funny to me. All right. It was not as funny to me in 2018 and 2019. I mean, you know what I mean? Because we were trying to do our best. What men need to do is we need to stick together. No. Now, it's not gonna happen. Hey, it ain't gonna happen. Yeah, bro. It is what it is. And by the way, I had a very viral clip on Fresh and Fit saying what? I said exactly that. I said, dude, shame is gone. Shame is gone. All right. It is gone. Bye-bye. Right? There's no more shame, bro. I said they remove shame so that in this situation here, since shame is gone, there's no way you can stop this shit. All right, and one of the reasons well, I'm not going to tell you the reason. I'm going to leave that later on in the show. All right, we got some people that have contributed earlier. And let's see here. All right, shout out to JC says, damn, coach, just heard about Malcolm Jamal Warner. He died in Costa Rica today. Damn, he drowned. Yeah, that was from late last night or late yesterday during the show. Yep, and as we thought, it was not private. And it doesn't seem like there's any foul play. Unfortunately, people don't respect that ocean, man. The ocean is no joke. I'm not a strong swimmer. And definitely what people have to understand is, you know, he got caught in, I can't remember what they call it, but I've lived near ocean cities for many, many years. And this is a constant fear of people that go in the ocean. You get caught in this, somebody remind me what it's called, but you get caught in one of these, you can't, well, first of all, you can't get out of it. You can't swim out it naturally. You almost have to swim away from it. And what'll happen is, you know, you're going to panic and there's nobody can help you. All right. For me, I'm not a big ocean swimmer. I'm not a big ocean person. All right. Yeah. A current. Yeah. The rip current. You get caught in this current and you're going to get pulled away. And so most people conventionally pretty much probably what he did was try to swim towards the shore, which they tell you to not do that. If no one's near you, well, someone's near you, they're in the same rip tide as well. And they're going to have the same result. They're going to be pulled away. And so most of the time you have to be pulling yourself further away from your shore. And there's nothing, pretty much nothing you could do. Now, for me, I try not to go in the ocean. Now, I always want to say this thing. Here's the thing. This is what I'm going to tell you about people. People assume everybody is a good swimmer. All right. People assume this, and this assumption is going to cause people to lose their lives. Okay. I'm going to just let you know, because people think people have the same anxiety related to water as they do, because, you know, some people grow up around water. Some people grow up around swimming. Some people are late developer swimmers. Some people are good swimmers as a kid. And because you have this ability to do so, people assume that you could just jump in there at any time and not be scared, and not panic, not have anxiety. Oh, just get in. I mean, I've been in situations where I've been in the middle of the fucking ocean. Just jump in. All right. Just do it. Now, here's the problem with that. That's like me saying, well, listen, you have a fear of riding a motorcycle. You've never ridden a motorcycle. And I just say, just jump on. Throw your leg over. Don't do any training. I don't even know if you have any training. All right. Just get on the bike. Learn how to shift the gears. This is 1,000 cc's. Just jump on. No helmet, no nothing. All right. And that's what people do when it comes to water. Just get in. It's fine. You'll be okay. All right. And what'll happen is your ass will get out there, and now you out there on your own. How did it end this way? Now you on your own. Okay. Because it's sink or motherfucking swim. All right. Because now you're away from people. People ain't watching you. They're not lifeguarding you. They're not sitting there watching you. They're just like, get in. As soon as you get in that motherfucker, they be like, oh, they look like they doing all right. And you turn around. Then there's a riptide, or you panic, or you get anxiety. And now you're on your own. How did it end this way? Like the ocean, it doesn't play, bro. The ocean don't play. Once you get in there about neck deep, you on your own, man. All right, you on your own, and there's nothing people can do, and it's only going to take 30 seconds, and you Mario coins. You Mario coins. So what I don't like is people just tell people to just get in. All right. Now, if it's a swimming pool, fine. All right. The swimming pool typically is smaller. If you do panic, people are close enough to jump in to help you. If you start to, you know, flail around, people can hear you. You know what I mean? People can hear you. People can see you. Like the pool, okay, just get in, right? All right, I get it. The ocean, no. No. And even strong swimmers caught in a riptide can be killed immediately. Okay, the ocean don't play. The ocean consumes, nigga. There's big ass boats down at the bottom of the ocean that could not make it. There's a whole bunch of carcasses and shark food down there. Be careful with just telling people to jump in the ocean, and do not think you could just jump out there and fend for yourself. All right. Once you're out there and you start getting pulled away, there's nothing that anybody can do. Okay. And even if you start to panic and start to kick and maybe go under, and then you want to drop down and push up, all right, you're going to do everything to tire yourself out, and nobody's going to hear you. All right. You're going to hear waves crashing, and people are going to pull out. They can't see you. And by the way, by the time they get out there to help you, it's over. Okay. All right, so the ocean is not one of these places where trust me, I've been on many vacations, and people always tell you, just get in, just get in, just get in. I'm like, bro, you know where the fuck I am. All right, plus, all right, don't tell people to just get in just because you want to shame them. Oh, they should be able to swim in the ocean. Like, nigga, this is where motherfucking big ass whales are. All right, a swimming pool, okay. All right, the ocean, don't just tell people to just get in. You don't know people's strengths. You don't know anything. That's like me saying again, just jump on this big ass motorcycle that you don't have no protective gear. Just go. Don't be scared. Get in. All right. No. So shout out to you. And I'll be in Costa Rica here in a few days myself. So sad to see people are like, don't go to Costa Rica. I'm like, I'm not going to be in the water in Costa Rica. All right. I'm going to be good. All right, yeah, the ocean, and once the ocean pulls you out, by the way, the ocean is responsible for all of your shoreline that you see, all of that sand, and yeah, that's what the ocean does. The ocean's very powerful, so don't just assume that everybody's comfortable with getting in the ocean. All right, shout out to our brother here. He said, just kick your feet. Just kick your feet. You know, circle your arms. You know what I mean? Float. Not in the ocean. That shit works in the swimming pool, not in the ocean. Kevin, and if you're a person that just tells people to just get in water and they're showing some sort of signs of fear or anxiety, and you're telling them, oh, just get it. You know, you're a piece of shit for sure. All right. You're a piece of shit human being. And unfortunately, as we see, there's real life consequences. Rest in peace to Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Shout out to Kevin, the software tester. Kevin W's back. Shout out to NGN. Says, since you're almost 50, did you ever think that you would be alive long enough to see AI internet prawn on damn near every genre in cell phone, getting peacefully flown in internationally to you? He says, I love your riffs. That's the real show. To me, screw the main topic. Yeah, the main topic is the main topic. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I didn't think I would be to this point. You have to understand that we used to see what we used to see. Okay, to see what we used to see in terms of what we see on Al Gore's internet, we used to have to go with the glass with the Humpty nose to a shop. We used to have to go to a shop and park in the back with this nondescript building selling sex toys and videos. And we used to have to, you know, buy magazines and DVDs that are behind the damn checkout stand. Or can you give me that one right there? Yeah, Big Buxom Blondes. All right, Biggins. All right, let me get that. Fat asses. We used to have to show our debauchery right out in public. There at least would be one person going there to know that we ain't shit. All right, quick story here. All right, quick story here. When I worked at Tower Records, we used to have a porn section in Tower Records. You know, this is a video rental area. So we used to rent videos in Tower Records back in the day. Well, what happened was, because people can rent porn, you can have to rent your porn right there. And then you'd have to bring it to the checkout person. All right. And then you have to check out here we go. All right. Brazilian bums. All right. Brazilian bums. All right. Oh, look at this one. All right. Look at this one. All right. Look at that. My favorite private Ryan. Ryan's favorite privates. All right. Here we go right here. Oh, Janet Jack me. Oh, boy, I see what you going to be in. Yep, booty talk. All right. Fat white asses. All right, man, I see what you going to be on a riff. This is all this weekend. You know, you only have 3 days. You know, you only have 3 days. All right, you got to bring all these back. I see you're going to be busy today. All right, you're going to be busy all weekend. Ooh-wee. Ryan's favorite privates. Oh, my Lord, Jesus. You're going to be busy. See, your whole debaucherous behavior had to be on public display. And so, in a sense, you could be shamed for it. Now, today, because of what he's saying, Your debaucherous behavior can be held behind screen, right? You can be completely anonymous. This is why shame won't work. This is why shame is dead, because you guys want to continue to believe that you can have an effect on people by shaming them for their behavior when they can do it completely anonymously. Brazilian onion booties. Yeah, I mean, you was just right here. Oh, boy, this is going to, oh, I seen this one. This is a good one. And then they return it back, and you just get you get the gloves on and shit. You get the OJ gloves. I had to dig them out of the damn video return box. I was like, you know, this nigga was just... And then they return it. Then they get some more. You're like, oh, my God. You have a private. You have a private. You have a problem is what I meant to say. All right. But, yeah, your whatever your fetish was right out in the open. This is one of the reasons why fetishes are wilder today, because you can be anonymous. The fetishes back in the day weren't as wild. I mean, they were always wild. But today you have wilder fetishes because you can be completely anonymous. So that's the difference. All right. Shout out to Lameek, says, looking forward to a great stream on this Carne Asada Tuesday. Wrong sound effect. He said the 90s are dead, but you still good. Shout out to the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Chocolate and Milk Dud himself. Appreciate you, sir.
And that's you.
NGN has something else to add. It's funny to think about the fact that Gen Z men have more access to women of all shades and sizes doing the nastiest things possible than kings in the past due to the internet, for sure, and social media. Yep. You know, I always tell you, we've seen more naked bodies in our lives than our great-grandfather, grandfather, and possibly our father combined. But y'all fathers is out here nasty. I believe the main reason Mitches say they want equality is so that they can secretly hate being a male. They secretly hate being a male and having to prove their worth to society. And they don't want to boss up. They just want to see women suffer. Yep, that's what men are doing today. All right, because they know they are like, well, I can't be anything, so now let's let everybody suffer. All right, so they want women to have equality so they can flounder. Right, they're playing the game of let's let them fall apart. Right, with no other way. Like, again, they can't indulge in what the women are giving them. Casino says, but coach, I need a homie, lover, friend that's down to earth girl, earth angel from around the way. I'm going to Brazil to find me a light-skinned curly head. Oh, well, that's one of the things. Yeah, that's one of the things you could do is you could go to areas that are somewhat maybe 20 years behind us and get the exact same woman with less of the feminist qualities. Right. So if you like curly, brown-skinned girls, curly hair, pretty smile. All right. Yeah. Now, she's going to be in the favelas. All right. She might be poor. She might been fucking since she was 12 and 13. Right. She's going to be ran through. She might be a single mama, like single mama by 22. So you're going to have to deal with that. But she's going to be cute. Her eyes are still going to have life behind it. And she's not going to, now, she might poison you and kill you. Right, but you never know. But the reality is the homie lover friend days are over, right? Shout out to Robert Kelly, homie lover friend. There's no more homie lover friends. There's no more homie lover friends. Like there are, but it's temporary. It's very temporary. But down to earth girls, there's a reason. There's no more of those. There's no more down to earth girls. Now there could be a woman that then turns into a down to earth girl. We'll talk about that. But let's get into it. Let's get into some doom and gloom. Doom and gloom CGA. Doom and gloom CGA. You guys in the comment section talk about dirty feet. Yeah. She going to be fine as hell. One thing I know about women, and I've been to many of these countries that people go to. Some of these, this is the one thing that I'm going to always say that I check out. All right. Because the woman will be fine as a motherfucker. Skin so beautiful, you wouldn't believe it. All right. And some of these places they're hot temperature places. Okay, hot temperature. The Caribbeans, South America, Central America, the Philippines. These places are hot. So their skins are this crispy, brown, beautiful complexion, skin healthy. Like, you know what I mean? It's great. So when you see one that is very, very attractive, it's crazy. Now, what'll happen is you'll see them and they'll have great shiny hair. All right, most of the time it's this jet black or black hair, very curly, and it'll look like a Jerry curl. Now, what is going to happen is you'll see them You'll see their skin. You'll see their dress and their clothes. They're not going to be completely dressed in expensive attire, but they'll look good. They'll have a nice dress on or a nice summer, something light. And, it'll be a halter top or some sort of shit like this, some shit, shoulder strap, backless. It's going to look beautiful. The one thing's going to mess you up is you're going to look down at their feet. All right, this is what's going to happen. You're going to look down at their feet. Now, this is where you have to go, now I know where I am. Okay. You're going to look at their feet. First of all, their shoes aren't going to be all of that. There's going to be some sort of sandal or flip-flop. All right, some sort of sandal or something like that. Why? This is a hot area. It's a hot region. They're not normally going to be dressed in boots and stilettos and shit like that. Why? Walking around in stilettos in these areas, even in Europe, it's not practical. Okay, so the shoes that they're going to have on is not going to be some expensive type shit. Number one, they can't afford it. Number two, it's not practical. You're going to be on half dirt roads, cobblestone, beaches, sand. All right, the terrain that these people are going to walk on is not going to be it's going to be counterintuitive to be wearing nice shoes. All right, so their shoes are going to be somewhat simple, but they'll be dressed up nicely, but their shoes will be somewhat simple and practical. So a sandal or something like that. Then you'll find out that many of these women's feet are fucked up. Like no mani-pedi, the manicure, pedicure, the toenail game ain't gonna be it. You ain't gonna see them. You're gonna see them with the, the fucked up feet, you know what I mean? The dry heels and the dry toes, dirty ass feet. And then maybe their feet aren't dirty, but the bottom of that sandal gonna be dirty, or, the area where they put their feet on the sandal gonna be dirtier than a motherfucker. Right? So that's what's going to throw me off. All right? So I'm going to look down at them feet and them chubby little cheeklets that they call toes. And I'm going to be looking like, oh. Then just look at the sandal. Not the bottom where you walk on. The part where she puts her foot. You're going to see dirt. All right? It's going to be black or brown. right there on that sandal. But she gonna be fine in a motherfucker, boy. Fine as hell. That goes for the Philippines. That goes for Thailand. That goes for Colombia. That goes for Brazil. That goes to Costa Rica, and so forth and so on. Them feet, you're gonna have her jump in that shower and get them feet. All right, you got to get them feet. Sometimes they look like they've been kicking dirt the entire day. Sometimes it's really bad. Sometimes it's really bad. You need some new sandals. All right, because damn, you fine as fuck, but them sandals is dirty. Okay, yellow toenails. You just jump in the shower, wash your pussy out, and wash your feet off. All right, that's what you're gonna need to do. All right, but anyway, what are we doing already?
We just looking at the booty. We're looking at the breast. We're looking at her neck. We're looking at her feet. We're looking at her.
Nah, I ain't looking at no feet. Nah, ain't nobody looking at no feet.
You're looking at feet? I'm looking at feet.
All right, so that's the only one thing that's going to let you know where you are. All right, but it's not just because they're poor, but it's also because the terrain changes. Right, you could be on sand 1 minute, you could be on rocks 1 minute, you could be on cobblestone the next minute, all walking towards one place. Completely terrain change. So then why have nice feet and your feet gonna be dirty at the end of the day anyway. All right, enough about that. In the comedy, do me a favor, hit the like button. We already in it, so we're gonna have to speed round through these next two segments. And it's Doom and Gloom CGA, if I can find the damn intro. Yes. Doom and Gloom CGA is brought to you by let's get into it. All right, this is going to be a classic show. It's going to be a funny show. Buckle your seatbelt. We got Doom and Gloom CGA. First video up, we have a robot. All right, Elon Musk is at it again, and he says the Tesla Optimus Prime robot is going to be what you need to get used to in the future. The future is always moving forward. So let's go ahead and see if we can pop this on the screen real quick and show you what's going on right there. There it is right there. It says Tesla's Optimus robot is going feral, serving popcorn at the new Hollywood diner. Elon Musk says this will be normal in a few years. All right, so now we got robots. This is the only way y'all niggas about to get housewives is getting robots. Look at this. This is pretty impressive here. I don't even know. Let's see if we can get a better one. Here it says, this will be normal in the future. The Optimus serving popcorn is the best thing you'll see on the internet. Yes, adaptation at its finest. There it is right there. And not saying this is, damn, he's spilling a lot of popcorn though, man. But hey, they're going to work on it. And he gave him the thumbs up. Oh my goodness. New world order. All right. So I don't know what high school girls are going to do. All right. I don't know what pimple face men are going to do. You can't work at the movie theater no more. All right. Yeah. They're going to take our jobs. They're going to take our jobs. That's just pretty good right there. All right. And it could be what? There's a supercharged station. All right, Elon Musk says we're going to be doing this, just so you guys know. This is where we're going. We're going to the future. All right, and we got one more doom and gloom segment. We have a young woman that says it's getting rough out here. This should be on Straggle and Sniggle Theater, but let's take a look at this young lady out here sharing this on Al Gore's internet. Job and my car got repoed, and I'm still showing up. She's going to start a hair business and a content creation business. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear her out.
So my car just got repoed while I was at the front office. I don't have a job. I'm trying to start a hair business and take content creation serious. Rent is due in like 3 days. And I was door dashing to make it. This is the life of a black woman.
What?
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
All right, so shout out to this young lady here. Listen, we've all been in tough situations. I'm not trying to shit on you, man. I've been in a tough situation for many, many years. It's tough growing up in your 20s, but we in a bind.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
All right, we in a bind. And then she tried to top it off with, this is the life of a black woman, okay? No, this is the life of a fat, lazy woman. All right. First of all, you're fat and lazy. All right. Yes. Fat and lazy goes hand in hand. You look like a character on Eddie Murphy's movie right there. Like, look at this. Look at that neck. I'm not going to get that neck. Look at that chin. Oh my goodness. This is the life of a black woman. No, it's not. This is the life of a person that is just struggling, possibly related to some sort of irresponsibility or lack of action. All right, so what do we have here? This is the typical state of a lot of people. They're going through this, and we went through it as well. We just didn't have phones to put it up and broadcast it. We just had our own personal internal struggles that we had to deal with, and you'll deal with it.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
You'll figure it out. Unfortunately, you don't have an ATM. You do have an ATM between your legs, but you're not going to rack up much.
I looked at it as I have an ATM between my legs, and I'm just using it. All I got to do is put my card in. And that's it. And put the PIN number and boom, money just comes right out.
Now, here's what she said. She's I guess she was at the leasing office and they tracked her down, repoed her shit. All right. Repoed her shit right in front of the place.
Straight jacket.
And then what happened was she even said, well, part of my plan was I was doing DoorDash to make ends meet and I needed my car. So now I don't have it. So now I got to go to plan D, which is going to be hair. She's going to do some hair. I think she said she's going to start a hair business. And then she also said, I'm going to focus on content creation. Well, you're not going to be driving around and door dashing. You certainly aren't going to be driving around to your sneaky link. So you will have time to do those things. Now, here's the thing. You have to do these things before you get into the problems. What I'm finding is that people will not do this paradigm shift and explore these other hustles and side gigs until they get in trouble, right? And so they'll constantly be put in these situations, right? Eviction is going to be next because she said she didn't have enough money for the rent.
Your rent's due, motherfucker.
So now you're going to get evicted, right? You have to prevent getting in complete destruction, total destruction and annihilation, meaning that if you're going to start a business, you better start the business before you get repoed, before you get evicted. And then you're going to see that you're going to be able to break the cycle. So I started a business and then I actually ended up getting into a situation where I was homeless, but the business was already kind of getting started and on its feet. And then, 6 months later, 4 or 6 months later, I was already in a situation where I could get out of it. So I was already pivoting out of it. I was laying the tracks to actually have an exit plan from one career to the next. So I was not out there floundering for that long. All right. It was long to me, but it wasn't that long in retrospect in history. And I want men and women to understand this. To go back into victim mode and say this is the life of a black woman. I hope and pray and wish that this is not the life of just black women. I hope that this is just a small percentage of black women, a very small percentage of them. It's not indicative of what people can expect from black women. It should not be. It should not be. But if it is, then it probably reflects back to your own personal choices, which is related to, well, when I say look at your stomach and your neck, your own personal choices have gotten you here. All right, then possibly inactivity or non-action, inactivity, smoking weed and drinking alcohol, going out and partying, possibly being a single mother, possibly that might be one of the issues that is causing you this. And not only that, you look like Oprah Winfrey before you got rich. And you are not an active person. All right, so that is going to lend to the fact that you are getting the results that you're getting. But of course, this is going to be normal. As I told you in my book, I outlined this. This is going to be normal, right? Especially for the younger generations of people. But in my book, I outlined that this is the point of no return. All right, we cannot return. And for the men in our space that, I know you see me as a guy and you might have came into my content later on, but you don't realize I've already laid the groundworks to show, improve, and demonstrate that this, where we are in the modern dating age and time, is no surprise to me. I actually told you we were going to be here. So a lot of men jump over here, and what's wrong with these women today? They panhandling for men for dates. I told you that they would do this. Okay? It was the only avenue for it to go. And I told you. You guys were like, dude, there's hope. Have hope. You got to give men hope. No, I don't. All right. You got to have hope. You got to have hope for society. No, I don't. I don't have hope for society. I know where things are going and I've been right. All right. So none of this, what we have today, is a surprise. I told you we would be here. And the fact that I'm indulging in it doesn't mean that I'm telling you that it's okay. All right. Because the reason is I'm indulging in it because I knew we would be here. Might as well just go ahead and indulge in it and take advantage of it. But it's not going to change because everything's been put into place to continue this down this path. And what I call this, not so much in the book, but in my content, we're at the point of no return in the moment of truth. Okay? We're at the point of no return in the moment of truth. When the moment of truth arises, meaning that we're seeing the moment of truth, meaning we're seeing people talk about it. We're seeing people, most of the time you guys get mad at women because they say, well, a guy has to have this and that. And then you guys go, well, that's prostitution. That's called the moment of truth, where two people can rationalize the same event and call it a different thing. Okay, you guys are like, well, you just doing pseudo acculturated prostitution. Okay, that's your truth. Her truth is she's in survival mode. She wants this to be her result. That's called the moment of truth. There's no debating it. Okay. Now, once we get to this point and you have both people trying to call it two different things also, you're at the point of no return. Once the moment of truth meets the point of no return, there's no going back. You understand what I'm trying to teach you here? Which means, in effect, you have to have a plan or understand how to survive in this culture. Not say we should bring it back to where it was, or we need to turn back the hands of time, or we need to stop this. There's no stopping it. We're at the moment of truth and a point of no return. By the way, I want to give my proper credit to where that came from. And that came from Tex Winter, if you know anything about Tex Winter, and the triangle offense, which I studied for about 3, maybe 5 years. And the triangle offense means he had a phrase that once we enter into this offense, the results are going to be the results moving forward. So once we start at this point, once the offense starts and is initiated, once we get to the moment of truth and the point of no return, depending on where the ball is, we have only a series of events that we can do going forward. We can't reverse it. We can't back out of it. We can't restart the offense. The offense is already in movement, and now the options are going to be predicated on what's forward, where the ball moves next. That's the point of no return in a moment of truth. That's where we are in today's world. We're at the moment of truth and a point of no return. We are already into it. We can't reverse it. We can't stop it. We can't start over. We can't do anything. All we have to do is move forward and see what happens next. Meaning it could be a made basket. It could be a turnover. It could be anything. So that is where we are in today's world. So I'm just indulging in it, knowing that I predicted that we will go here. All right. Not many people at this point of 2019 was saying we would go this way. Okay, most people didn't even have a reality that this existed until I wrote this book. And you can look at the early reviews. People thought I was insane. Okay. Yeah, my man said you can't put toothpaste back in the tube. We are in motion and we are headed only to future options, which could be anything. We don't know, but we're only headed to the future. We're not going backwards. That's doom and motherfucking gloom. CGA, buckle your seatbelt. Is going to be a great ride. All right, hey, we ready to go. Shout out to you. What people need to do is find options on how to live and exist forward. What do I always tell you? Feminism freed men. Okay, it freed you. It freed you from responsibility. It freed you from supporting families. It freed you to be able to travel internationally and explore your options. You are looking at it as you're trying to get women back on the rail. We need to get these black women on. No, they're already gone. They ain't coming back. All right. You need to develop options on what exists today and what's going to exist tomorrow. And then you will find that you have way more options. That's where I came up with leveraging options. All right. Leveraging options in the current marketplace. All right. That's it. All right. Because remember, men used to tell you have to cold approach 100 women. That's gone. All right. That's not, you can't even survive that way anymore. All right. You can't even survive that way anymore. That's just damn near impossible because that same woman has DMs. That same woman has Facebook DMs. All right. Shout out to our brother. It is Malachi says you help so many people. Thank you for what you do. It's Malachi N. And that is a co-sponsorship. Shout out to you. Thank you for that. I've helped so many people. I'm just helping you put your head on straight. Okay. As a young man, if you're a young man watching me, feminism freed men. All right. The women want to be independent to an extent. Let them be. Let them be. What do I always say? Let these wild horses run free. When I was 25 years old, they were telling me to get married. 25. Today's 25-year-old men do not have to hear that. You might hear it from your relatives here and there, but I was 25 and they were like, get married and you need to get married and settle down. You don't get that much pressure these days. All right. Because what 24, 23, 22-year-old woman's trying to get married? All right. That's typically what men did. They married in that age gap, 2 to 3 year age gap, which exactly what I did. But those days are gone. They're not pressuring. Dude, they're telling 25-year-old men to get off video games and stop jerking off the porn. All right. That's what they're doing. Like 25-year-old men now aren't getting that much pressure. And you don't have pressure to create and support a family. There are exceptions to this. Kayla says, we have to realize that sex is the most amoral thing in the world. It is. He says it's a hella it's a hella equalizer women can use for whatever. If a woman wants to see her man in a better mood, all she has to do is open her legs. If you are married and monogamous, you just wish she'd do it more. Okay. Yeah. But listen, I think women typically, women that tend to get married literally are retiring their vagina. Right? This is not always, but women that tend to want to be married, especially religious women that are done riding a cock carousel, like these type of women are retiring their vaginas. They're not going into marriage looking about and thinking about all of the sexual desires that she was willing to do before him, or all of the sexual desires that she's ever wanted to do, she's wanting to share with her husband. Listen, I'm going to tell you, there's a 98% chance that she's not thinking of that. Okay. So if you told those women that their husband would be much happier if she displayed that type of behavior, they would say no. I don't care what I don't care. That I'm not doing. Meaning, that's what I'm saying. That I'm not doing. I'm not doing that. I'm not just going to open my legs to him. He's just going to have to do something. He's going to have to, he's going to have to tell me this or buy me that. He's going to have to plan a vacation. When women get married, they want to retire their vaginas. They don't want to come out here and just be like, all right, all of the sexual fantasies I want to share with you. I mean, you're never going to hear that. You're never going to hear a woman say that. I'm going to enter a marriage and I'm going to do all of the desires I've had, all of the nastiest things I've wanted to do. Can't wait to do them with my husband. Never. And like almost never going to never hear that happen. And tell me if I'm right. Tell me if I'm wrong on this one. And I know I can't speak for every marriage, but I can almost guarantee that that is how women view marriage. I mean, we're going to show you later. They're not looking into marriage. That's not even priority 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. That's priority like 34. They'll have 34 desires before that, meaning security, protection, dinners, family dinners, and this type of shit. All right, anyway. Shout out to NGM. Why do men base their ego and identity and resources usefulness, job title, and yet get offended that society, not just women, only view them as a utility and treat them like trash, especially when they're useless? I think we answered that question before for sure. Why are men obsessed with genuine burning desire, but yet will badmouth the same women after they sleep with them for free using time, game, and Mouthpiece? It seems that they actually hate women. Now, I do have a clip that is going to talk about that. Maybe this is a clip that you shared. This clip that you shared. And I've often been quite confused about this because, men are interesting characters. I can actually go in on some of the craziest things that I've seen men do and heard them do. And one of the things is ridiculing women that you sleep with. Like, this to me is, I don't get it. Okay. It definitely tells me that you lack experience. It speaks on post-nut clarity. Like, I don't think they really mean to do this, but even when I was in high school, I didn't understand that. All right, so I'm that type of dude. Like, if a woman did something for me, the last thing I wanted to do is tell everybody. Okay, I didn't run to the locker room and it's like, man, I had that bitch, I was doing this, and she was squinting it, and her pussy stank. Like, I never really got that. I never really was that type of dude to run out immediately like, look, nigga, smell my finger. Look, this is what she smelled like. Nigga, look, I had my fingers all in. Like, I never was like, if a woman did something to me, I kept that to myself. All right, unless she did something to me and then I told her and exposed it. But I really wasn't trying to expose a woman. I would keep a secret. And the reason why is because I knew she would come back if I wasn't constantly telling on her. She gonna come back, right? She gonna come back and do the nasty. And one thing you gonna have to realize is that women, you guys be like Pookie this and Pookie that, but Pookie can keep a secret. And Pookie got secrets that he doesn't want out. So, Pookie be eating the Duke shoe. In that case, women will be with a guy. She will be with a guy that can keep a secret, that don't tell. Like, she has to still protect her identity to an extent out here. It's not like it used to be, but to an extent, she still has to protect her identity or her reputation. So then when you come out and you with her 1 or 2 times and then you run out and tell everybody, what's the likelihood she's coming back to give you any? Slim to none. So she's then going to just go give it to another guy. But you, on the other hand, if you just keep it to yourself, especially when she gave it to you freely, like she gave it to you, right? You didn't have to do much. She just came to hang out and you know what I mean? You're getting it for free or you mouthpieced her. And then guess what? You got to run and tell everybody. You're like, let me tell you what I was doing and this hoe did this and I gave her a bag of chips and I was bending her over. Why? I don't get why you would do it. Or publicly ridicule and shame her, all right? Tell her she's a whore. You're a whore. You're just a piece of shit human being and spit on her after you nutted. Like, you was in there, You was in there looking like, convulsing, shaking, all right? Finish it up, And then as soon as you finish, you be like, I bet you do with that all these niggas, You a nasty, And she knows she nasty. She knows she's a whore. You don't have to remind her at that moment. At that moment. You can take another moment to remind her. All right, but you fucked her. You nutted on her. Like what? Yeah, and my man Omega says it's to get male recognition, which to me is weird as fuck, right? Why would you go out there and tell other dudes about what you was doing in the bedroom? Like, that's weird as fuck. It just be weird when it comes to that shit. And then I'm like, nigga, you just nutted in her. Like, what are you doing? She had some value then. Dinero Tranquillo, gentlemen, if you ever get caught in a riptide, don't swim forward. Swim parallel to the shore until you are out of it. Keep your muscles relaxed so you don't sink. Yeah, that's great advice until you get in the damn situation. But I appreciate you sharing that advice right there. And I hope that I'm never in that situation. Kevin G says, my gordita Padusi feels like an ocean and I don't use no helmet. All right, she definitely fixing to get pregnant. Okay, she fixing to get pregnant if you got a gordita and you going raw and she get that wet on her. She definitely about to get pregnant. All right, you about to have an essay. You about to have an essay. Hustle Every Day says they don't believe that you are entitled to receive anything in return for the time and attention that you are giving freely to them. Excerpts from the Free Agent Lifestyle book, a real good read. Listen, today's marketplace, in a sense, I mean, I could say this was yesteryear as well. They don't believe that they don't believe that you are entitled to receive anything in return for the time and attention that you are freely giving them. So guys will do this. Guys will continue to go on dates with women, which is like, if you're dating today, like, that's crazy to me. But that's because I'm on the dark side. Let me just tell you why. I mean, I'm just so far.
I'll show you the dark side.
But if you're still using this principle, meeting a girl, taking her on a date, you know, expecting maybe to get some sex out of it, or maybe you're trying to get her to date number 1, 2, and 3. You're still doing that in 2025 and you're over 30 years old. You're crazy. You're crazy. There's no way in hell that you can still think that that's the way to go. I'm going to get to know her. And maybe if I show and demonstrate some value and pay for this motherfucking Red Lobster, all right, she'll give me some pussy. There's a zip. I think you're crazy. There's no way you can still be dating like this. And the reason why, it's not because you could just pay up front. It's because the women that are doing that are completely disingenuous. The women that are doing that completely know that you're wasting your time and money. They know who they want to fuck. They have fucked for less. They have fucked for a fee. Like, they are just like, okay, we got a goofy here. All right. And she just completely stringing you along. She's playing a game that she done played for the last 10 to 15 years. Like, what? And then she sees you just as a nice guy and a goofy. All right, this guy's going to take me out. All right, he's going to take me here and there, and I'm going to give him the old head pat. I'm going to give them a whole church hug, the circle on the back. I'm going to give them a whole lean in and turn my head. You ever do that? Remember to lean in and turn your head where she gives you a hug, and then you lean in and you leaning in like this, and she goes, church hug. And you done went and hung out with this bitch and paid for this and talked and listened to her garbage, and you completely wasted your time. If you're doing that in 2025 and you think you're going to get the girl you want via this method, you gotta be the craziest nigga in captivity. You gotta be the craziest nigga in captivity if you're still using this. You cannot be dating this way. I would advise you men to never date this way ever again. Please give it up. Now, let me just say this. This doesn't mean you can't take a woman out, right? I still take women out. I still do this, but these are before where I've negotiated, I'm going to violate them hoes, or after I violated them hoes, all right? So I'm already knowing what I'm going to get, all right? If I've negotiated this up front. So I know I'm getting it. All right. There's no chance she ain't not giving it to me because I've already ensured that this is fixing to happen. Number two, we could either do this like fast or slow, right? You know what I mean? The first couple is going to be some fucking app. You know, we going for drinking appies, you know, get some couple of appetizers and a drink, rush up out of there, fold that shit up like a love letter from the second grade, get kick rocks. Like, I'm already negotiating this up front. There's no possibility that she can back out of this. All right, there's a very low chance she's backing out of this because we've made it clear. I was clear with my intentions up front, 100%. So everybody knows what's on the table by the time you meet up with me. Okay, everybody knows what's on the table. You meet up with me, you already know what time it is. Now, the women that you were typically supposed to do this are women that you've been in these situations with, which I don't get. Where men will do this, they'll have intimacy with a woman, and the woman is like, oh, okay, let's continue the connection. And then you don't reward her. You continue to do the lazy effort. And then what'll happen is she'll give it to you 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 times. And by that time, then she said, okay, he's not going to make an effort. Then she pulls back. And then you're like, what's going on? Well, you never made an effort. You never rewarded. And guys, again, weirdos in this space, they don't believe in rewarding a woman, which to me, you know, you guys thought I was like this I hate women thing. I'm not. I reward women for their efforts. Like, you have to reward people. You have to reward people for their efforts. This goes to your children, your mother, your wife, your girlfriend, the girl you're sleeping with. If you don't think you got to reward them, you're going to lose them, period. Now, you might want to lose them. You might want to get rid of them after 3 times. Fine. But then when guys be like, well, I'll never take a bitch out. She'll never get a dime from me. She just going to give me that pussy and hard dick and bubble gum and blah, 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 blah. And you never take them out to dinners and lunches and all that shit. Like, if you got a girl and she fucking you on command, nigga, take her out to lunch and dinner, right? There is no problem with that. There is no problem with that, all right? And then guess what? She going to feel happy. She going to feel woman. She going to feel elated. And she going to be enthusiastic about continuing to do this for you, period. But there's some dudes out here, as I said, rewarded reprimand. There's some dudes out here on some weirdo programming shit. These bitches don't get nothing. They don't get nothing but hard dick and bubble gum and cheap tacos. I'm like, all right, keep doing that. See how long it lasts. And then when she starts acting funny, you're going to know why. You should know why, because you're not doing what you're, so you're just going to continue to sit there and then just sit at home and make no effort. All right. Eventually, what I'm going to tell you is it's going to stop. All right. But anyway, where we at? Last one, hustle every day. If you start off with giving her a lot of attention, then suddenly pull back because you have to do other real life responsibilities, she will pull back from you. Free Agent Lifestyle book, 2018-2019. If you start off giving her a lot of attention, then suddenly pull back because you have to do other real life responsibilities, she's going to pull back from you. Period. Period. Point blank. And remember, I'm an expert in human behavior. Even the AI tells you that. All right. I'm looking at human behavior only. Human behavior is literally the best indicator of what type of results you're going to get. Just look at human behavior. Don't assume. Women assume what they think about men and women. All right. What they're taught. Men and women should do this. Women should do this. Men should do that. That means nothing. Most of the time, you can't even find examples of what men and women should do. What should women do? They should listen and they should be quiet and they should make sandwiches. Okay, show me some women doing that. I'll wait. All right. Show me 50% of women doing that. Show me 20% of women doing that. That's what you think. Now, let's demonstrate that. Let's find human behavior where that's doing, where the person's doing that. Okay, I can see them doing that. Let's see why they're doing it. Okay, there's a reason why they're doing it. They work at Subway. Right? There's a reason she's doing it. She's got a job doing it. Number 2, the man she's doing it for, he's been earning $500,000 a year for the last 10 years. Okay, and she's in a big ass motherfucking kitchen. All right, 20-foot ceiling. All right, she doing exactly that. Or she lives in the Philippines. Like what? And she chases chickens around in her dirty ass feet and she cuts chicken heads off. All right, there's a reason why she's doing that. That's not what she should be doing. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. That's not her natural state. There's a reason why she's doing that. Have you put her in that situation to do that? No. Well, that's not possible. It's not. All right. So that's why I see women doing that. Men should be able to protect and provide and give money for hair, nails, and makeup. Okay, where do you see this at? Who told you this? Who told you this? Okay, where are these guys? All right, they're in a certain place. They're doing a certain thing. And the woman that's getting this treatment looks a certain way. It's not because she's a woman. It's because she's an attractive woman. And you don't look like that. You don't act like that. You're cantankerous. You got an attitude. You're spoiled and entitled. So that's why you're not getting it. You're a black woman. You're a fat black woman. That's exactly why you're not getting it. Because black men don't have money. Black men, as a general rule, don't got no money. And their programming socially does not tell them to do this. It literally, black men are trained to not do that. Especially doing it where they're going to be exposed doing it. All right, so you're barking up the wrong tree. Whoever told you, show me 10 black men doing that for black women. It ain't, show me. So you're saying they should do it, but show me 10 black men doing that for their women. Show me 40 black men. Show me 20% of black men doing it for their women. They're not doing it. So why are you telling them that they should do it? The reason is people are not recognizing patterns of human behavior. I recognize patterns of human behavior, and I can give you a complete synopsis and breakdown of what exactly is going to happen. But what people do is they put what they think people should behave. I'm going to put what I think your behavior should be. And it's typically they have to do nothing but show up, and then she or he has to be doing this certain thing for it to work. I show up for a woman. I show up pretty on a date. The guy's supposed to do X, Y, and Z. False. The guy, I show up. I take her to fucking cheap tacos. She's supposed to open her legs. False. False. It's not how it works. And a lot of men and women are using this should behavior. Should person. This person should be doing this. This person should be doing that. Human behavior shows that that's not happening. And why are you putting that on everyone else? Okay, so anyway, let's get to it. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. This should be fun. We got we got some Straggles and some Sniggles here. And we got white people doing white people things, which they be doing all the time. So let's get the intro lined up, and then let's go.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me. You can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky. Come get high with me. That's a deal, right? Ride.
Straggle and Sniggle Theater. All right, my bad. All right, I had the wrong sound effect lined up. All right, this is terrible. I'm going to have to fix this. All right, Straggle and Sniggle Theater, we have this woman here. Okay, we have Shaniqua and her baby Dindus. All right, we're going to have some racism in Straggle and Sniggle Theater. So buckle your seatbelt, pro-blacks and trailer park trash white people. You're about to catch wreck in this session right here. So name this city. I'm not sure. This definitely looks somewhere in the American South. This is where Niggy's gonna niggy. So we have this single mammy Strag. All right. Again, who's impregnating these donkeys? All right. And look at the wig on the hair. Look at her. Look at this, man. She looked like she stink. So we have a little baby Dindu right here, right there. A future stealer. All right. Kid has no chance already. All right. He already looks like the baby daddy. We're going to call him Glocktavius Jr. Well, what's happening here is we have 3 ghetto Strags, one with a Dindu baby, and a kid is stealing, and the store owner wants the mother to pay for what the kid is stealing. Let's see what happens here.
My baby gotta steal a motherfucking thing about this motherfucker.
No, you got, excuse me, your child didn't pay for that. I didn't charge him for it.
What you talking about?
The thing in his hand, I didn't charge him for it.
My baby gotta steal a motherfucking thing about this motherfucker.
No, you gotta come back, he gotta come back here and pay for it, or you gotta come back. No, he gotta pay for it, no. Yeah.
I ain't got no reason to steal about here.
Yeah.
I ain't got no reason to steal about here. Don't touch my baby. Don't touch my baby. Don't touch my baby.
No, give me that. Yeah.
Don't touch him.
No, give me that.
Don't touch my baby.
Give me that. I'm gonna call the police right now.
Call him then.
Okay. Yeah.
Call him.
Okay. Give me that.
Call him.
Give me
Don't touch my
now.
baby.
niggas at? This is some nigga shit.
Nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit, nigga shit.
And y'all niggas, if this woman gets shot, y'all will be marching. Say her name, ass niggies, you know?
Niggy.
All right? If she gets shot by the store owner or something, or get put in a camel clutch, y'all will be wanting me to say her name. And this bitch already teaching her kid to steal. All right, come on, man. And by the way, these are all teenage pregnancy bitches that are good men in the future. Look at all these These women in about 10 years, 20 years will be calling Kevin Samuels from the grave. All right, from the grave. So we got Baby Dindu and the 3 Strags. Here we go. This is terrible.
No, you got, excuse me, your child didn't pay for that. I didn't charge him for it.
She got ass though. Damn, there's 4 Strags in there. All right, the other Strag seems nice. She tried to dip up out of there. You see her in the back in the black shirt. She's like, I ain't with these niggas. All right.
The thing in his hand, I didn't charge him for it.
Oh my goodness, country ass niggas. All right, look at these country ass Bamas. I tell you, Bamas are the problem. If you look at the history of the United States, it's the Bamas. All right, the Bamas have caused the majority of the ruckus and the problems in comparison for black people. Country ass black people, all right, that move to cities and bring that country shit to the city. As I say, you can take the nigga out of the country, but not the country out of the nigga. All right, but here we go right here.
No, you got to come back. He got to come back here and pay for it, or you got.
Who impregnated this? Like, who impregnated this? Blocktavius.
No, he got to pay for it. No, yeah. Yeah.
She said, I don't got no reason to steal up out here. Yeah, really? I don't got no reason to steal. Please, look at this. Look at these people here. Look at these rusty ass knees on. Look at these young ladies. All right, look at these beautiful young women. All right. I ain't got no reason to steal up out of here. False. False. Falsus in unus, falsus in omnibus. You have plenty reason to steal. All right.
Niggy.
You probably on probation right now. Let's continue.
I ain't got no reason to steal about me.
Don't touch my baby. All right. The only thing she will ever contribute to society is this. My baby.
Don't touch my baby. No, don't touch my baby. No,
don't touch my baby. All this attitude, I mean, terrible.
Don't touch him, baby.
Don't touch. Look at this. Look at this. And what? Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. What in the?
Oh, the humanity.
Don't touch my baby. Don't touch my baby. My baby ain't never hurt nobody.
Oh, give me that.
Touch my baby.
Give me that. I'm gonna call the police right now.
They ain't scared of the police. Niggas is not scared of the police. Call them then. Especially women. Women don't be like, call them. Call them. They'll waste their time and all this monkey ape shit.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Give me that. Give me now.
And look at the baby's reaction already. All right.
Give me now.
Yep. All right. Kid going to jail.
Oh, the humanity.
All right. Definitely kid going to jail. At no time flat. All right. No time flat. We have Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We have old heads out here running game out here. Okay. Before we go to the old head, we have what NGN was talking about. Apparently with this skit, it says right here in the caption that this girl gave it up on the first night and he kicked her out afterwards. All right, so let's see what's happening there. There you see a thick little light-skinned, red-bone Latina. I don't know what's going on there. We got BBL in full effect. Let's see what we got here.
You want to ask me that I want to kiss you knowing damn well. Like, look at this LA girl, bro, exposed. Exposed, bro. Exposed. This bitch fucked me the first night. Exposed. Exposed when I act like you ain't do shit. You act like you ain't do nothing, huh? You act like that? Nah. I can do what I want. I can say what I want. I don't have no respect for you no more. I have respect. That's why I was holding my tongue. I'm out. Damn, fuck out of here. Bye. What you following me to the car for?
What the hell? Oh my God! No way! What's going on here, sir? Sir, what's going on here? I'm thoroughly confused.
Hey, thank you, bro.
All All right, she got ass though. When black men do this, that means they're proud of themselves. All right, he feels like he's the man. He's proud of himself right here. Let's see here.
It's just where I be needing like, bro, ain't shit in the car, bro. Fuck out of here, get on my rental, bitch. And it was crazy, I bought the rental for her. I bought the rental for her ass. She told my son, yo, I gotta go pick my daughter up. I gotta go pick my daughter up. Can you buy me a rental, please? Can you buy me a rental so I can go pick my daughter up 45 minutes away at my mom's here? I said, yeah, I got you. I bought the rental, bro. Give my shit back, bitch. Tweaking and try to get on internet and embarrass me. And this is she the same. And then you want to ask me that I want to kiss you knowing damn well.
See, these the type of guys that I don't want to associate with. I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Not even when I was younger, I wouldn't even do this shit. Okay, so for people who don't know, he fucked her on the first night. Okay, so he met up with her and she thick and he smashed. He got what he wanted. He nutted. So now he's mad that she gave it up on the first night, saying, I lost all respect for you and I'm going to expose you for giving up the pussy on the first, which he wanted to do. Like, he wanted her to do this. Then he's like, I didn't have to pay for it. Now, this is where I always have to show you where you paid. Dudes will say that they got it for free. And he exposed himself. He said he bought the rental car for her. Now, the rental car, that's an SUV. It probably was $150 a day. He was going to give her the rental car because, of course, she's a single mother, strag, right? She's a single mother, not a strag, but she's a single mom. So you smashed the whole single mama out here, right? Now you recording her and exposed her as if she did something she normally didn't do. And she gave you what you wanted. You paid for it inadvertently or indirectly. Now you trying to dismiss and expose her. This is some weird male behavior. Weird male behavior. This is bizarre. This is when I have to separate myself from men, because there's some men that's on this type of time that I'm never going to ever agree with you. All right. This is what y'all be saying out here. You need to expose these hoes. This is crazy, fam. This is crazy. I've never seen some shit like this. Wow. And he bragging about renting that fucking Ford SUV. Unbelievable, bro.
Like, look at this LA girl, bro. Exposed. Exposed, bro. Exposed. This bitch fucked me the first night. Exposed.
That's what you wanted her to do. Like what?
Exposed. When like you ain't do shit.
How?
You act like you ain't do nothing, huh?
I mean, man, that's weird. That is some weird stuff. But then again, he said he paid. All right. But he's the type of guy that say he get it for free, but then said he got a rental car for the girl. That would be not for free. Okay. That would be the definition of you paid. All right. So let's go over here. Men are weird, man. I'm going to tell you, man, the more I do this, the more I see shit, men weird than a motherfucker. All right, we got this right here, Straggle Sniggle Theater. We got old heads in the building. Shout out to the old heads that still think they got that game and that Mouthpiece. All right, this is what Mouthpiece niggas look like later on in life.
My God.
All right. So Mr. James. Oh, Black Cat ran right in front of Mr. James. Okay, but here come Mr. James. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's brother's.
I've been away from you.
Here he come. Creep.
Look, it's so funny because I drove all the way down the street. Your door was shut. Closed.
Mr. James. All right.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
All right.
Get him, daddy.
All right, so we have a woman says, ain't even been to my grandma's house in like 2 weeks. Soon as I parked the car, here come Mr. James speed walking across the street Like he been counting down the days, talking about, I thought you forgot about me. Oh, no.
Do you smell me?
Yeah. Smell good, too. God damn it. Yeah, that brother's starving. You gonna let me lick that?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
He said, you gonna let me lick that.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Look at Mr. James. And is that an otter pop? Is that an otter pop in your hand? It must be hot out there where you at. Mr. James. Come on, man. Hey, this is mode 1 right here, nigga. This is mode 1. Look at my man. He ain't took a shower in 3 days. And talk about, so you gonna let me lick that?
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Oh, man, damn, this is crazy.
Did you eat that cat?
Oh my God, that is.
No, I'm so nasty.
You real bad.
He a nasty boy.
You old geezer.
Oh?
Yeah, see how I did the good work here? Me and what's the name?
Who?
Clarence.
A lawnmower that I bought?
No. A lawnmower don't cut edges.
No.
Yeah, he's still using it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. What you buy me one? Oh, you look good in that film. Could you turn around for me?
No, I bet you I won't.
Ooh, man.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
Unfortunately, this is going to be me, bro. I mean, I'm going to just let you know, gentlemen, and I'm going to be completely honest. That's going to be me when I'm 90. All right, I ain't going out kicking and screaming. I'm going to be one to lick young girls, too, still, when I'm 90. So, Mr. James been out here mowing the lawn and trying to make good with your grandma, so when the granddaughter come over, he gonna want to lick it. All right, shout out to him.
Did you eat that cat?
All right, and he dancing. Listen, when I'm in my 90s and 70s, I'm gonna be just like this, just to let y'all know.
See you, Mercedes? That ain't him, no. Okay, well, just turn around and walk away.
I won't not.
Please.
Nasty.
I'm gonna tell you. She right over there.
All right, his wife across the street, he telling her to turn around so he can look and lick it. All right, you nasty ass nigga. All right, I tell the guy, but that's gonna be me too. I'm with him, man.
Oh, that's nasty.
Turn around and walk.
I'm not gonna turn around and walk. You turn around and walk that way.
What? What?
Oh.
Thank you.
That's Mercedes. What? Well, mind your business. Why y'all in my business?
Exactly.
Oh, she want to talk to you. Go ahead up there.
No, I'm not walking up there.
Please.
Nasty.
Walk behind you.
No, you not.
Ooh, here he come. Oh my goodness, look at him. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
Mr. James.
Oh, that's nasty.
Hey man, ladies, I'm gonna just tell y'all, when a man gets that old, just let him have it. You know what I mean? Let him see that ass. Let him see that ass wiggle and jiggle. I don't mind what Mr. James is doing here. He's starving a little bit too much.
That brother's starving.
But what is he doing, man?